onto that site. It worked out. But you know what else?
Oh my God! Finally taking down Formal, Karma, and Grim, all in this hard point, trying to hold it down. And Matt, it looks like Optic Gaming, they've just started walking away with it.
Oh my!
Six actually rotate over. He called in the fact there are multiple players pushing, and they're going to shut this down with ease.
Look at how easy this has been for them. Formal just laughing at them. He takes another off space and he's gone, oh, okay, Formal no trouble here. They're just jumping into the meat grinder.
Assault rifle and is really going to keep the guys at Panda at bay.
The kills keep coming in. You heard the streaks, 2, 3. Everybody's really game 8, and this game was tied 114 to 114.
And I like that Trinity Rocket use. If this was a lower scoring game right now, maybe not, but the fact that you can kind of put them away with 20 more points and get to this edge is huge. But Formal keep going, 4 in a row, 21, and it really would. And you know, Matt and I were talking about the fact that Optic Gaming maybe haven't been tested at this point.
Wait, buddy, what did I say earlier? When Optic rotates, Formal gets in position. There's
comes around with the pinch, and just like that, Optic Gaming regain control. The dirty double, following with the triple, connects with more. That's 5 kills. Formal is
already 1 pick this round. Gets taken out by the cluster grenade. Brandon Slider. Oh my God! Formal hits back to back.
Leaving the Dynasty team, like deciding to go on your own. What was that like?
It was different than I imagined. If I had to put one word on it, I'd probably say like away. It felt like I was like away from something, because for so long I had played with the same dudes, and when I went on my own, it just felt like I was, you know, kind of like alone out there, whatever that may be. I felt away from all the feelings that I'd now been accustomed to on Optic, and it just felt different. And I thought I was gonna really like it, but I ended up hating it. Now it just feels like I have another shot at something great. In my head when I left, I wanted to, like, you know, I wanted to play my old teammates with new teammates and say that, you know, show it to them and say like I can beat you guys. And you know, it wasn't like that. I beat him a few times, they beat me a few times, but whatever feeling I actually wanted to achieve, it never happened. It was just a lot different, going from playing with those guys onto new people. I thought it was going to be much easier, and it turned out to be probably the hardest obstacle in my career. The past few years have just been a nightmare and a roller coaster of emotions and thoughts and feelings. But it just feels like I'm just like back into what I was before. Okay, well, the first time I actually played Optic, thank God there was an audience, because we played them. It was a league match in the Columbus Arena, and I don't know if I've taken a beating that hard before. It was like the fastest 3-0 ever. They're like 40-point Columbus in the hard point, just smoked us. And I'm just really thankful there wasn't an audience. But the first actual time I played against them was at Anaheim in World War II. My team actually ended up beating them 3-1, but it was so much different because when you're on stage and you can see the background, right? You can see all the heads, you can see all the signs, and you can see all the wave of green, right? But you're used to them when you make a sick play. Like, when you're playing in front of that crowd and you know you're about to get a crazy three-piece, you're also expecting the roar to come with it, right? But, you know, anytime like I made a play or my teammates made a play, it was just silence. And I was just like, this just feels so different. You know, there was some cheers, whatever, but when you have that on your side as opposed to playing against it, it's just two complete opposites. like when you're playing in front of that crowd and they're on your side, which I did for years, and I made a lot of plays, right? And I know that thunder that comes with the crowd, and it comes when you pop a sick snipe or you clutch around. You just know it's coming, and then it happens, and you're just like, oh my God, like you just live in that moment. And playing against that was just a whole lot different.
Different energy.
Completely different energy. It's very intimidating if you're going against that. And like I was just hoping that my teammates could understand, like, guys, I'm like trying to calm them down, like it's all good. I know they have the crowd is obviously there for them, but you know what I'm saying, like just play our game. I don't care what happens. And like I said, we went back and forth throughout the years, but it was just a lot different, complete different opposite ends of the spectrum. And the green wall is it's crazy. So whenever I was last on Optic, I feel like the fans really really loved the duo-ship that Scump and I shared. And being apart from him these past few years, I feel like when we're on that stage again together, it's gonna bring back a whole lot of nostalgia for a lot of the Optic fans. And they're gonna remember what it was like to cheer for us back when we were together. And I would just love if the Greenwall fans came with us on this journey together, because it took a lot for me and Seth to reunite. It's been a crazy few years, like I said. But I think if they can get behind us and use that as a driving force, like to decide what team you want to cheer for this year, it's going to be pretty hard for a lot of fans, because it's it's city-based and there's a lot of new teams being made. People don't know who to go to, but I think a lot of people miss the duo that was myself and Seth, but we always kind of considered ourselves a trio. Just me, Seth, and the Green Wall was part of it. It felt like all those days in the streams when people were in there for me and Seth, when we were just hanging out, playing pubs, whatever. It wasn't just me and Seth hanging out. It was me, Seth, and all of you guys together, enjoying that and living in that moment together. So I think that as we move on, it'd be awesome to see that trio come back together, because we're going to be playing on stream all the time together, and we're back. And I don't know, I think it's going to be amazing, to be honest. With the new league being set up this year, there's pretty much everything is being revamped, but only one constant is going to remain the same, which is winning. Winning is going to feel the exact same as it has the past few years, and it's going to continue to feel the same. And no matter what happens, as everything else changes around us, the main goal is just to win, because, like I said, that's going to stay the exact same. And I think as long as we're winning, nothing around us is really going to feel like that much different. If I had a message to say to the Green Wall specifically, like if you guys are confused, it's something that I want to bring you guys with, along with me and Seth. Me and Seth knew you guys so well, and I feel like if you guys can take this journey with us, that it'll feel like a whole collective movement together, and it'll feel like we're all kind of we all have a place to be in terms of this long dark tunnel that we're all walking through. It's all brand new for all of us, but it's let us be the light for you guys. Yeah. We'll try to help you guys out. And with all these new rosters being formed and all these announcements going on left and right, I've noticed there's been a lot of not slander, but a lot of trash talk going out from all sorts of people. But if there's something that I've learned over the years of being a pro gamer, the ones that are talking the most are always saying the least. And those kids that are just the loudest voices in the room, I never really hear what they're saying. They really are they're telling me something else, to be honest. If someone is trying to be that loud about something, then they're just a little bit nervous, and they don't know what's going to happen, and they're scared, and they want to boost themselves up, and they want to try to hype themselves up and try to convince themselves that they can do something, when in reality, if you're going to do it, you're just going to do it. But I'm excited for this year, and I'm excited to play against a lot of people.